Dzień dobry, dzień dobry. That's what they say in not only Warsaw, Warszawa. W is a V in Poland. I'm hoping to go to Krakow, God willing, next year on a missionary trip to Slovakia and then into Poland. I've never been to Krakow, one of the oldest cities in Europe. Famous university that goes back way back. I hear it's very beautiful. 45 minutes from Krakow is a place called Nowy Sącz, where my grandmother on my mother's side was born. I've never been there. I don't know much about my family tree on that side. I just know they were poor peasants, poor Polish peasants. But when I got out of college, my mother was trying to help her mother, who was older, and I lived in the same apartment above my parents' apartment with my grandmother for about a year and a half. She was in her 70s, whatever, 80s. And here I was out of college, working in the city, still playing basketball. She was the sweetest. What a blessing that I had a grandmother like that. You have any blessings in your heritage like that, where someone just had an imprint on your life? She had no money, but she would tell my mother, okay, send $10 to Billy Graham Association. Yes, Mom, I'll do it. So, we're reading in Mark chapter 1, and we're reading in verse 38. 36. Jesus has been praying early in the morning. Simon and his companions searched for him, and when they found him, they said, everyone's looking for you. Would to God that were true today in Brooklyn and around. Everyone's looking for you, Jesus. They want to hear from you. Now there's Antichrist feeling. Not only no one looking for you, we don't want to hear about your name in a lot of different places. But they don't know who Jesus is. Because if you know who Jesus is and you learn about him, his love draws you to his side. And he said to them, letter now in red, Jesus speaking, everyone's looking for you, Peter said. And he said to them, let's go on to the neighboring villages so that I may preach there too. This is why I have come. Let's go on to neighboring villages. No, the people want you here. Capernaum. This is where I live, Jesus. I know, but I've just been with the Father in prayer and communion. I got to move on. Let's go to neighboring villages. See, Jesus got his GPS, his guidance system, from being with the Father. That's what he wants for us. That we make decisions and move in our life, sometimes for very small, minute circumstances, sometimes big decisions, change of a job, getting married. Spending time with God, you get a sense for what you're supposed to be doing. Jesus could have stayed in Capernaum and helped people for the next month, but he knew by being with the Father, now's time for me to move. How did he know where to go for those 3.5 years that he was ministering? He was led by the Spirit. Can't you and I be led just today? Should the Lord want us to do something unusual, out of the ordinary, or right within our schedule, to say a word, to be open to his promptings? And now the Lord knew where he had to go, to neighboring cities. How to move. God has marching orders. It's not only for missionaries to leave where they are to go to the foreign field. See, that's a call. There's no verse in the Bible that says, Mary Smith, go to Bangladesh. You won't find that. Nowhere. And yet people are called by God. Oh, that's that supernatural, spooky stuff you want to talk about. Are you one of those crazy charismatics? No, I'm not a charismatic. I'm not an evangelical. I'm not a Baptist. I'm not I'm not anything. I just want to be a New Testament Christian. And in the New Testament, we find out that you can be led by God. Jesus was led by the Father. Where to go, how long to stay. And the disciples knew if you went up to them and said, yo, how long are you staying in Capernaum? They would go, how would we possibly know how long we'll be in Capernaum? When he leaves, we leave. When he sets up shop and stays somewhere, we're there. We follow Jesus. And Jesus was being led by the Father. And in the book of Acts, Paul and others went on missionary journeys led by the Holy Spirit. Don't make plans and ask God to bless your plans. I've done that a long time ago. It doesn't work well. Ask God to lead you, and then while you're following his plan, you know there'll be an umbrella of supply, blessing, joy, peace, no matter what the problems are. And there'll be problems. This is why I have come. Let's go on to the neighboring villages so that I may preach there too. This is why I have come. By the way, wouldn't you have liked to have been a fly on the wall when Jesus was preaching? What did that feel like, sound like, look like? Such power in those words, such kindness. He had this great authority and power, but total love and mercy. Oh. Some of us are all into truth. We're going to pound it down somebody's throat. You turn the truth. You got to know the truth. Others are, the truth doesn't matter. It's just, let's walk in the fields and eat granola and just everybody get along with no truth. That's sloppy agape. That leads to nowhere. Jesus was that combination of truth and love, love and truth. Truth spoken in love. Speak the truth in love. This is why I was sent, why I came. He was always conscious that he wasn't here on earth by accident. He was sent. And he said in John at the end, toward the end of his life, as the Father has sent me, so send I you. You and I are sent. To do what? I don't know. I'm trying to learn it every day for myself. But you're not a Christian, to just sit at home and just, watch television for the rest of your life or play video games. We're sent for a reason. Let's ask God to help us fulfill it today. That's the only day we have. Give us this day, Lord, our daily bread and our daily marching orders for Jesus. See you next time.